Without the pre-owned market, I wouldn't have a watch collection. So today I'm going to show you how to buy a pre-owned watch, where to find one, and how to protect yourself while shopping on the used market. Today on The Critical Gentleman. Every watch on this table was purchased pre-owned from different sources, and like any used good, buying pre-owned carries some risk, but buying on the secondary market offers great value. So let's take a look at what you should know before diving in. Also, I hope you enjoy this little sneak peek of my collection. I've got a full overview in the works, so look out for that soon. The first step in buying a watch, any watch, pre-owned or otherwise, is knowing what you want. This is even more important when buying pre-owned because window shopping can be dangerous. Sometimes I'll see a watch that I really like, either in a dealer or online, and I'll like the look of it, and I'll have to talk myself out of buying it right on the spot. The thing is, without the opportunity to do some research, it can be a very risky prospect, and that's why they call it an impulse buy. Knowing what you want goes beyond just choosing the brand or even the model that you like, whether that's a Rolex Submariner or an Omega Speedmaster or whatever. It requires a plan or at least an idea of exactly what model you're interested in, knowing what variations were made of that reference in terms of case material, case size, dial color, complications, limited editions, and having an idea of when that model was produced and whether or not it's been updated or discontinued since then. Okay, so you figured out what watch you want to buy, you know that you want a specific brand, model, reference from a certain year, everything. Next, what do? I like to know the spread. So you'll find prices all over the place. There are dealer websites that have astronomical, unrealistic asks, and then there are places where you might find a low price at auction that you're never going to get again. So the spread is what takes away those outliers, those unusually high or low prices, and what's left in the middle is what we get. The first place I look when trying to figure out the spread on any particular watch is actually eBay. There are plenty of pros and cons shopping with eBay. I could make a whole separate video on why you should or shouldn't do that. But what eBay definitely is good for is market research. Because it's an auction site, you can view completed sales, and when I say completed sales, I mean specifically auctions, not buy it nows or best offers. And if you find an auction that has been completed, then you get an idea that somebody was willing to pay at least that for the watch that you want, and you can expect to pay something close to that. If you can find more than one example in the completed auction history at eBay, even better. The thing about eBay is that it's a little bit unreliable. eBay is notorious for bad descriptions, poor photos, and occasional scammers. So if you really want to play it safe, you're going to have to buy from a more reliable source, and that comes with a higher cost. Other good places to check the spread on a pre-owned watch are community websites. Almost every brand has its own forum. There are a few general watch forums that are very popular and all have private sales sections. Then on the high end, of course, we have dealer websites. Now these come with a trade-off. So when I say dealer websites, there are a number of places online where you can buy pre-owned watches at a premium. Now, the thing about those websites is you pay basically a finder's fee. You're going to have higher prices on all those dealer websites because they have a business overhead to take care of. Frequently, they'll service their watches before sales, not always, so make sure you do your research. And you get the peace of mind of buying from a respectable dealer, so you know that if there's a problem, they're going to stand behind their merchandise. Beyond that, you're going to be paying more than if you shopped either at auction or a community website. One of the best things about it, though, is they will stand behind their timepieces. You know what you're getting. Even if you do your own research, there's always going to be a certain risk, and it makes it much easier to find the watch you want if you can browse an online marketplace. On a private community, it's not always so easy. Which brings me to step 3. If you can't find one for sale right now, that's okay. The thing about pre-owned watches is the market is always changing. You will find one, whether it's on a dealer website, a community website, or an online marketplace like eBay. You will be able to find one eventually, so don't rush and buy the first one you see. You will most likely overpay. If there are any currently on the market, weigh it against your research. Is it a fair price? Are you willing to pay it? Is it a reputable source? It is so extremely important to make sure that the place where you buy is trustworthy. If you're buying from eBay, of course, you've got their buyer protection program, which in fact is rather robust. If you buy from a private seller on an online community, this is potentially the most risky purchase. But there are ways to protect yourself. 1. Make sure you know the person who's selling it to you. Do they have any history in that online community? If not, maybe pass on that timepiece. If this is a person who's made several or more sales, it will probably be a safe transaction. Beyond that, make sure to pay through PayPal with a credit card. That gives you 2 layers of security. If something goes wrong, you can file a dispute through PayPal, and then of course you can always call your credit card to do a chargeback. But for the sake of all watch enthusiasts out there, please don't use a credit card chargeback unless you return the timepiece. If you follow these steps, then you are on your way to successfully purchasing a timepiece on the pre-owned market. Congratulations, you just saved hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. It will really help to build your collection if budget is something that you're concerned about, and it's very rewarding to search for that timepiece for a while and finally find one at what you consider to be a fair price. That said, there's always more to cover, so feel free to reach out in the comments or message me if you have any questions or you want to address something that I maybe left out in this video. I'm going to make a couple more in the future about grading and condition, as well as safety through online money transmitters like eBay and PayPal. For now, if you like the video, don't forget to click that thumbs up or subscribe, and thanks for watching.